Me too.
Okay, everyone, this is Sky Juice coming to you live and direct from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. And we are here with the 21-day water fast with Spider Van and Clear Clouds from around the world. We are on day 13, and this is our AM meeting. How are you guys doing today?
Go ahead, Van.
Talk to me.
I'm doing good. Um, it's this one's a lot harder than the first one for me. But you know, once again, like I said, each one is different. So the first one I was at home a lot, or I had more freedom with my time, where I could do what I want when I want. I could sleep all day if I want. But this time I've been very busy, very active. So I've had to pick my spots with sleep and naps and stuff. And it's much more challenging this time, much more. But it's okay. Like I said, it's all right. It's just part of the journey. And the way I tend to look at it is just like it's a game. It's fun. It's more fun. And like I was saying last night, and I tried to review the hangout last night. I noticed every time I spoke, I was mumbled. So I don't know if you guys can hear me good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay, because
yes.
for some reason,
Nice.
I think it's my phone, obviously. I mean, I got to get a whole new setup. But yeah, like I was saying last night, don't take it so serious. Like, use this as a way to find out about yourself, and and just make it fun. you know your journey is your journey. It's all personal. You're not wrong if you don't reach 21 days. You're not wrong if you don't reach 5 days. It's all about self-exploration. It's all about self-love and self-acceptance, and no matter where you start, no matter where you end, you got the rest of your life to do this. Some of us did 21 days as a breeze last time. This time, like for myself, very challenging. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the journey. The next time might be, even more challenging or even easier. I mean, there are a lot of components that go into it. But no matter where you are, it's your personal journey. So don't beat yourself up because you feel like you didn't get to the goal and, oh, I almost made it. Like Claire was saying, she did 18 days last time. That shit's phenomenal, man. Like, to me, 18 days
Yes,
on
it is.
water, it's amazing. To me, you're a hero to me. Like, just to even take that on is absolutely incredible. So don't worry, man. You got the rest of your life to do this. You decide, you pick when you want to do it again. Like, I'm gonna go in June with Christopher, and I'm gonna try to go 40 days with him. Not try, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 40 days in June with Christopher Aaron, and that'll probably be the last time for the year I fast extended. And then next year I may do 10 days with each season. You do it your way. It's like Burger King, have it your way. So I just wanted to share that. Whoever's on this journey with us, whoever is doing a 3-day fast, a 12-hour fast, a 5-day fast, a 15-day, it's okay. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do for you. You have not failed. For you to take this on, that's balls of steel, no matter what. I'm going to be.
Hmm. Well, I guess I can speak. I have guests here, and I'm preparing food for them. Yesterday, one of my guests and I went for a walk, and then we ended up at a cafe in the neighborhood. Um, and I, said, "Oh yeah, this is a great place." So we went in. She ordered. I sat there with my water. And I felt really good that I didn't succumb to because I would eat I was telling her that this is our neighborhood restaurant, and I've eaten everything on the menu that is in my diet. And so I know what's really good. Everything is good, but I know what's like the really good stuff and the okay good. And it was just very empowering to me that I can do that because, I like to eat. And just being strong enough to move through, like my fridge is full. Like Claire, how you said you have nothing in your fridge. I have stuff in the fridge. Well, actually, we have two refrigerators. Okay, so we got stuff over here, stuff over there, and just to like move through all this, eating and food and talking about food and smelling it, and we live in a neighborhood that you could smell the lechon cooking across the street. You know what I'm saying? And just the scents and the aromas, it's really empowering to me because I would not let nobody's food that I could eat walk by me. You know what I mean? So I'm appreciating the discipline a lot. And yeah, I think I like that you said, because there might be people who Google this hangout at some point, because I know I've done it, and you might Google or YouTube water fasting, and so you might find this particular video. And I guess what has to get you through the day is, what is your goal, and the moment you consume something, it's over. And I mean, it's not over, and it's not all is lost, because you've accomplished something, no matter if you've gone 3, 10, 13, 21, 40. It doesn't matter. You've done a lot, because you have to remember that there are people in the world who don't miss a meal, not one meal. Okay, when that fourth hour comes, they're on it. The only time they're not eating is that they're sleeping. And I think the funny thing about not eating is, people look at like pictures of starvation in Africa and all these other impoverished countries, like that is the majority of people who are suffering with food in the world. And in the reality, it's the opposite. The majority of people in the world are suffering because of too much food and too much eating. So we are, it's a vegetarian question that people get all the time is, where do you get your protein? Now, the answer that I give people, because I'm gangsta, is show me a Western culture that lacks protein in their diet, that is deficient in protein. There is none, okay? And there's very few countries that are impoverished that have a deficiency in protein. So that whole protein conversation is just false, and it's just unfounded, okay? There is no reason for anyone. If you get 5% of your diet in protein, you're still fine. You know why? Because a baby who is growing more rapidly than any other human being on the planet, from the first moment it lands to the first year or two, they're growing at rapid speeds, more than we. They're like going do 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 do. The breast milk for the first year, breast milk should be the only food that they consume, the only. Okay, they do not require anything else. The composition of breast milk is only 5% protein. Okay, so if it's the truth that we really need as much protein, then the human being that requires the most for growing and growth and bones and muscles and creating brain and all of the stuff that we're doing to create this large human being, then breast milk would have a lot more things. And it actually has a 50% composition of fat, a 5% composition of protein, and a 45% composition of carbohydrates. So that is what some people say. And then if you guys have Hulu, last night I was watching this film. I actually fell asleep on it, but I'm going to go back and look at it. It's a documentary called The Healthiest Diet in the World. And what I gathered from the beginning of what I saw was the guy who did the video was a raw vegan. He didn't say, I don't think at the end that was the answer, though. He didn't say that that was the healthiest diet in the world. what he was going through a lot of different interviews with different health gurus. And, they brought up the paleo diet, they brought up all kinds of things. They mentioned water fasting, juice fasting. They mentioned all the healthy things that people do. I have to go back and look at it because I would like to find the answer to that. But one thing that I did hear, and I'm not sure if it was on that particular video last night or it's just been in, I think it's been in passing, is in actuality some of the things that we crave are actually what we should be eating. And so, but not in the processed form. I think processed food is the killer of what's going on in our planet. I mean, when mamas and papas back in the day were eating potatoes and beef stew and what other, like just hearty, whole, people would cook, like they make their chicken soup with big piece of chicken in it. And, when they made real food, I think folks were healthier then, This whole chicken soup in a can and this stuff with a lot of sodium and a lot of shelf life, like food shouldn't have a shelf life ever. These are just random thoughts I'm having. I'm just saying that going back from fasting to eating whole foods is where folks should be on. I'm really not that particular on whether people are vegetarian or not. I think it's a personal thing. Why? Because I've always been into vegetarianism for health reasons. I do feel for the animals, and I do feel that there's a lot of animal brutality going on in the world. But a lot of people who are consciously eating, and they're learning where to get their food from. Like I am getting into the place where I rather someone, if they're gonna eat meat, because majority of the people on the planet are gonna eat meat, and there's nothing I can do to stop that, so I'm not gonna fight that war. But the majority of people on the planet are gonna eat meat. Where are you getting it from? Are you going down to the Stop and Shop, the little ghetto discount store to get your meat? Or are you going to a place where you know how the meat was raised, the quality, what was injected or not, or hopefully not? Like this is, if you're going to go that route, go to the route of, if I'm going to eat these things, let me get it from the best source possible. Put money in your food and not in your clothing and in your bling bling and all your bullshit that people buy. That's what I do. Put money into eating quality food, okay? That's where your health is going to come from, okay? From everything, your oils that you use, the produce, the everything. Get the highest quality that you can possibly afford. It's based on budget, It's based on budget. Whatever you can afford the best of, and if you can't afford to eat healthy and your budget is small, then you should be getting some seeds and some pots and growing a couple things in your house, on the porch, near a window, whatever you can do. You can grow sprouts, you can grow tomatoes, you can grow several things indoors. In fact, you can Google that, what you can grow indoors, and start, folks who don't have enough money to eat healthy, they need to be growing stuff. That's how poor people survived back in the day. And that's what people need to understand. Now poor people survive on welfare and food stamps, and they're eating the worst crap. I'm this person, I know I'm talking a lot, I'm going to stop right now, but I'm this person who, when I'm in the grocery store, I'm looking and the person looking in your cart to see what you're buying. Why? Because I want to know what you buy is what's going on in your mind. That's how I look at it. Okay, and someone said to me, "Oh, you eat really healthy," and I was like, "Oh, how'd you know?" He's like, "I see all the stuff you're buying." Yeah, but I'm looking at your cart, and you got a bunch of pizza and 99-cent liter Coke, and all kind of a big 5-pound bag of sugar, white sugar. So be sedity about your food, because your health is your wealth. If you don't have your health, you don't have nothing. And I'm going to mute.
I agree with that, Scott. I do that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I hate to cut you off. I'm going to be leaving soon, so I just want to leave with my parting thoughts. And Sky, if you need me to take over the call tonight, I'll be available. Just said I'm getting ready to go to work. I'll be really quick. Sky, everything you said I mirror everything you just said. But then again, the meat back then was a different quality meat. They weren't feeding the cows and chickens and all that stuff, the feed that they're feeding them now. So they're turning them in, it's all Franken food. So it's a whole different time, and you're right. And also, hope nobody has anything against grown men having breast milk from time to time. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, getting back to the story, right? Listen, everything Scott just said, internalize that. Play it back. If you're viewing this and you come across this video, go back and listen to that again, because everything she said is right on point. We're living in a world now where, first of all, it's your own responsibility. It's not like you don't know. You know. You do know. You do know what you're ingesting. No one is ignorant to this. You know what I'm saying? So just do the best you can. It is based on budget. Instead of putting money into nonsense, think about what you're putting in your body. And your skin is the biggest organ you have. So those little cheap oils that you put on you, believe me, your skin is eating that up too. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself some high quality everything. Your body is your temple. You're a king. You're a queen. Think of yourself like that. Like, I'm a king. That's how I look at myself. And I think I should be dressed in the finest threads. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at myself. And you should, and that's how you should look at yourself as well. Not from a conceited or narcissistic viewpoint, just the fact that there's only one me. Like, God put me here for a reason. You know what I mean? Why am I wasting, myself on things that don't suit me, And that's what these fasts will get you to think about. But anyway, thanks, guys. I gotta get to work. I'll see you on tonight's call. I appreciate it, Scott, Claire, Prema. Sorry I didn't get to stick around, but I'll view it later. And everybody viewing, take care. Thanks, guys.
Please have a good day, Ben. Bye for now.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Alrighty, Claire, Prema, share your thoughts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say about the shopping carts. Yeah, I kind of squiz over as well. I'm like, what are you getting and what's going through that, conveyor belt? And it's interesting. It's like, what is going through your mind at that time? I mean, it's more than just they're craving this food. It's emotional. There's a lot of factors to it. But yeah, I mean, today actually, I slept seriously from probably about midday till 5-ish, and I think
I'm getting feedback.
Oh, can you hear me, Prema?
Yeah. Can Sky? Can you mute? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that I slept from about 12 in the midday till about 5 in the evening. I think I needed that sleep, obviously. So I was just kind of chilling today, but I've got a profile I got to do for work, and I was supposed to I wanted to get it actually done today for Sunday, but I'm kind of have to do it tomorrow morning for Sunday, so I'm kind of on a schedule with other things as well. But yeah, it's been a good day. Like I said, I slept most of the day. So, and again, I think I was dreaming of food, Prema and Sky. I swear I was dreaming of food. So anyway, I'm gonna mute now. What's up? What's up, Prema? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't dream about food last night. I missed my meal. I missed my sleeping meal. But I went to bed late, but I'm like very alert. I'm getting a lot of work done, so I'm really glad about that. And I'm got up this morning and drank my water. I've had 40 so far, so I'm on it.
That's great. It's really good. Yeah, I gotta get some more. And what else was I gonna say? So you're not dreaming of food. What you did? You're not really dreaming of food last night. You're saying?
Well, I'm wondering if I went to bed so late that I didn't get to that dreaming phase, because I don't remember anything.
I love that. Eating, dreaming. My dreaming feast. It's true, right?
So, I guess I think we actually did cover it. Um, my question, what I was going to ask, was what are we going to eat afterwards? But I think we already went through that. So, I had another thought then, but I lost it. Okay, next. Claire, you jump in, please.
Yeah, I was just about to actually. That'll come back. Don't worry. That happens to me all the time. So yeah, I was thinking like, what are we craving that's healthy after this? Like, what have you guys got meals planned when we're on that raw? That's I don't know if that's what you're gonna touch on, Sky, but I'm like, yeah, I want to do. I don't know. Actually, I was looking at these cooking videos. I know you were busy that day, but you were listening, right, Sky? And I was watching this guy who was traveling, and he just travels for like food purposes, which I'd love to do. And he was going to India, and I was watching all the videos, and
You're
actually,
breaking up
funny enough,
again.
um, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh, okay. I was watching this, like I said, the last call. I was watching this guy, and he was traveling around the world, and he went to India on this one, and yeah, I just love that. I could do that myself. And so he's, going into the streets of, I think it was Mumbai, tasting all this food and like, starting at breakfast and then going throughout the day and it was just really interesting. He even cooked with the people on the streets and was like trying out. And funny enough, I didn't really crave, and then there's this one dish that I want to try actually when I go back, to see you also, Sky, is that you get. I've had this also in Thailand. What you do is you get a bamboo piece of bamboo, and you cut it, and you stuff it with like rice and like black bean and like I think it was coconut milk or whatever, and you just cook it, and oh my god, and then you crack it open, and it tastes so amazing. So I kind of miss Thai food. that's one of the things I've been craving, and of course getting back to my coconuts. So but there's numerous things on my mind. There's so many I can't think of right now. But I wanted to share that with y'all. Anyway, I'm gonna mute.
Well, I'm dreaming of raw sliders made with dehydrated bread and then sprouts and vegetables. And I saw another raw recipe for cucumber sandwiches where you roll up the cucumber like sushi and make little, finger sandwiches. That's what I want to try as soon as I can eat.
This is too funny. But so me and Claire had talked about probably going longer. Problem is, during that time, coming up towards the end of the month, I'm going to be doing a lot with food. I'm going to be doing a cooking thing in the Virgin Islands. I'm going to New York to see my kids. So in my mind, I've been thinking about, that's what I'm contemplating. Not only just the delicious food that's in New York, but not only the delicious food that's in New York, but the traveling while fasting energy thing. Like you got to carry your bags, you got to go through a bunch of up in the air. Like how am I gonna feel at 15 to 40,000 feet up in the air with no food? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I just throw up? Nothing. Honestly, that was a thought, because I was like, I've never, so the other day we went for a walk, and literally this is an easy walk for me. I walk up the block, I go to the bank, I go around to Walgreens, I come back, and it is not a thing for me. To me, it's like a couple blocks. But when I got back, not even before I got back, on the way back, I was like, wheelchair, I didn't want to walk anymore. You know, for real. I just was like depleted, depleted. And this is part of this whole thing. It's like, you know, when you are doing this, so here I am planning on going to New York. That's why I might have to stop, because here I am going to New York. And, you know, New York is all about walking and riding the train and the bus and going downtown and going uptown and we coming back. And I know that's what they're going to want to do. I'm not going to sit in nobody's house. So will I have enough energy for that? That is what I'm thinking. So, and not to mention just, you know, food is, you know, fasting has to be, you have to do it at the right time. You have to do it when you have the time to just unplug. And when you, like Van said, it's challenging, because when you're like, boom, 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 then it's not a good time. You know what I mean? So that's where my head is. I might stop and do it again. I love fasting. I think it's very empowering to me because I am such a foodie and food addict and love food. And so just being around it and not eating it is like really good for me. But I don't know if I can do it when I travel, because it's just going to be too much going on and too much energy that I'm going to need. Not just in the moving around, but just dealing. I'm going to have my children with me, and that's like a whole team of people that I got to engage with. I can't be all like, yeah, let's do that. You know, I'll pass out somewhere. So with them kids, I got to be on my high. I got to be on my top game. I have to be able to fight, because that's how they make me feel. I got to break up stuff and keep it together. So I'm thinking I won't be able to continue for 40 days, even though I want to. It's just not, the timing is just not going to be good for me. You know, I think I will stop at the 21-day mark, because I already kind of have it set. And then at the very end of the 21-day, which is in 5 days, the 18th day, I'm starting another vegan challenge. And I got a bunch of people signed up for that. And I also do like cooking demos and what have you, which that's not hard for me to do without eating. Again, energy. You know what I mean? So that's me. I don't know what else you have to share. We have a bunch of viewers online, which is really awesome. I think this is the most I've seen. There's 5 viewers looking at us live, so it's good to give good information to share. And I just want to believe that everyone who's watching has been on the journey with us since the beginning. If not, then hopefully you are fasting, and if not, then you are anticipating fasting at some point. I guess the best thing I can say is without knowledge there is no power. You know, I think I've heard knowledge is power. I think without knowledge there is no power. So if you don't have the information to do this, you do not do it. You should definitely be reading everything you can about it, pros and cons. Don't read all the good stuff. Read the negative stuff, read the horror stories, because that's a part of it. You know, like, be transparent about what is out there. And the internet is great for this. There's a lot of information about it. For me, the reason why I've chosen water fasting as my healing modality is I can give you like my 10 top list of why I prefer water fasting. One, it's not going to be in order. It's going to be random, but I'll just go through it. One, it's cheaper. Juicing is awesome, and you should do juicing, but you're going to need at least between $10, $15, $20, $25 a day, depending on where you get your stuff, if it's organic or not, and it should be organic if you're juicing it. So water fasting, all you need is a good water source. If you just go buy a few gallons of water every few days, that's what, like $1 each gallon, more or less. So it's very affordable. Water fasting is ancient, okay? It is something that man was created to do, okay? We were created to be a fasting body being. Water fasting is part of our nature, okay? Not water fasting. Fasting is part of our nature. We are still the same human being that we were 15,000 billion years ago, whatever time period humans came to existence, and that depends on how you view the world. It doesn't really matter to me. So water fasting is part of our nature. Juicers are new. They've been around since probably the 50s, 60s. I'm not sure when the first juicer came around. But that doesn't mean because it's new technology it's bad. It's all good too. It's just it's new, you know. To me, the old school stuff is sound, it works, it's been working, and it's all good. So I'm more for old school stuff. That's just me personally. So that's my third thing, old school over the new school. So I'm an old schooler. What else about water fasting? Out of anything that can heal high blood pressure or heart disease, water fasting is the most efficient beyond any medication, any surgery, and any alternative treatment at all. Go read up on it. Google that. What else? It's a great weight loss tool. Okay, you're going to lose between 1 and 2 pounds a day. And so if you want to know how those celebrities get into their little dresses for their Grammys and what have you, they are water fasting for a few days before they get into that dress so they can get that sleek thing straight away. So it's a very efficient way to lose weight. Guess what? On the other side of that, it's a very efficient way to gain weight, okay? So don't think it's on one side and not the other. A lot of people who do water fast can gain their weight and then some in a quicker time than they took to lose it. So be mindful of that. There's something that happens to the body when you're water fasting that your body can actually regain everything. Like you can literally gain, if you've lost, say you've lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks of water fasting, you can gain the 20 pounds back in 1 week, okay? So be mindful of that. You know, fasting is a situation at the time. That means that while you're fasting and you want to keep weight off, that means that you need to program your mind, get your facts, get your organized plan on how you're going to come back into eating so that if you want to keep the weight reduced, you know what you're going to do. If you go back to the junk food lifestyle, you're going to gain that weight super duper fast. If you want to keep that weight off, you probably will gain about 5 pounds back almost immediately from eating, more or less, depending on the individual, maybe 10. But if you want to keep most of the weight off, you need to be focused on how you're going to eat, keeping it light, keeping the proportions right, and being organized. And the good thing about fasting is you can recalibrate your mind while you're, like, I'm in that right mode right now. I'm like, okay, well, how do I want to eat? I've been going through different things that I feel that work, you know, like, well, yeah, and I feel like a lot of them work. It depends on the individual. For me, the number one thing that has been sticking out the most is vegetarian paleo. And that is going to be a low-carb, high-fat diet. That's what that's going to be. That's what I'm looking into now. I still can eat my fruit, but just a minimal amount. Why? Because I just feel that as much as I love carbs and I love my potatoes and rice and beans and all these things, I feel like that's the number one thing that puts weight back on me. So I'm organizing that. Another good reason why to fast is you rely on your higher self for nourishment and for guidance. It gets you more in tune with your spiritual side, whether you believe it or not. You know, a lot of atheists in the world, and I'm down with you guys more than you know. But I'm also a spiritual being, and I also believe that, you know, it's so easy to get foggy in this world and lose connection to that which is our higher self. Why are we here? What are we supposed to be doing? If you don't have the answer, fasting will give you the answer, okay? Because it clears your mind. That's another thing, clarity of mind. You want to think clearly? You have a project that's coming up. You have documents that need to be signed. You need a contract. You need to develop something. You start fasting and you wash away all the other crap out of your mind, and you can start focusing very clearly on what it is you're trying to accomplish. I remember when I was in Baltimore and I was trying to figure out which direction I should move my business to, And one of my friends who owns a business said, fast, just fast, so guys, fast for a few days. And I was like, why? And they were like, because it'll give you clarity of mind and it'll help you think better. And that is what I did, and everything came to me very clearly. So those are some of the reasons why I recommend fasting, and I could probably go on. I literally can go on. But I'm going to stop there because I don't want to keep it long. But definitely, you know, and also, like we said in other videos, if you don't know enough, don't talk about it. Because you really need to be well informed and well read to have a conversation with people about fasting, because people will shut you down so fast if they're faster than you in the mind, or and just in knowledge. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. You deplete your nutrients and your electrolytes. You come out worse on the other side. Blah blah blah. If you don't have the information, do it. Tell one person. I always say tell one person for safety, and definitely don't have a conversation with people if you're not ready to shut them down, okay? I'm ready to shut people down all the time, okay? Because I have enough information, I could spit at them. But I've been reading enough. So read enough, get the information so that when you talk to them with confidence so that they know that you're not this punk trying to do no water fast following no group of people online. You know what I'm saying? Do it with confidence and know that this is an ancient thing. So that's it for me today. I am muting. Anyone else want to share?
That's true, Sky. I really believe that. I love that. Sky's top 10 tips on fasting, water fasting. Anyway, yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, now it's gone to me. Yeah, I was just going to say, Google your face off, people. Seriously, like, research, knowledge is power, and it's true. Like, and the more you know about it, the less you've got to be concerned about it for yourself, I guess, because you're reading the knowledge as well as and obtaining that knowledge, as well as what Sky said. It's about, if people are ready to shut you down, if you're ready for it, if you've got the knowledge, you can tell them or choose not to tell them. Tell one person. I believe in that. Anyway, Prema, you were going to say something?
Well, I was thinking about what Sky was saying about traveling, and my gut feeling is that, yeah, you should be eating, because I was thinking that food is love to other people, and it would look selfish if you withdrew from that, because when you eat with other people, you're sharing in community, so especially children. So I was thinking, yeah, that feels right, that you get off the fast so that you can share those experiences with the people that you're going to be um, traveling with and engaging when you get to your destinations. And I think there's something really nice about taking a uncooking class and the person that's making the food is eating it and enjoying it with you. It just makes the experience better. And I think I would be a little leery of being on a plane and not eating too, because I already get a little nauseous when I fly. So I wouldn't want to add that dizziness, because then you're up in the air and what can you do? And if you don't have the unless you can travel with the things that would help you to break the fast, like coconuts or watermelon, you might experience problems.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's not like you can't start up again, Like,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Just while I'm there, I'll break with the 21 day refeed is what they call it. Refeed back into normal, well, unnormal. I'm not going to call eating, because I think what normal is whack for eating. The unnormal way of eating. And then go in New York and have a party, and go get my Indian buffet, go to my Ethiopian spots, whatever they want to do. But specifically, I got to go to Ethiopian and India. Those are my favorite two foods. But that's about it for me today. I'm feeling complete with the group, and I hope everyone online who's watching has gotten some good energy from us, and you stay on your game today. Just do it one day at a time, and that's all you have to worry about, just today. Just get from today with water to tonight in the bed, and that's all you got to do. And then in the morning when you wake up, before you log on, water. That's it. Anybody else?
It's all good.
You guys have a good day. And take care, have a good time, and be well. Peace, y'all.
All right, peace.
See ya.
See ya. Bye for now.
Okay.